I want to thank you for coming and checking it out. If you are checking us out in the replay, or if this is your first time visiting our channel and seeing one of our videos and being privy to one of our live streams, please consider subscribing and slapping that notification bell so that you never miss an opportunity to spend a little time with us. Now, we got all kinds of fun things to talk about. It is the end of the school year, and we have this whole Jame Charles thing going on that I don't know much about. I was kind of hoping that maybe somebody could, maybe give me a little bit of insight and information as to what that whole ordeal is. I understand that he said some things that were not the most intelligent things in the world to say. And I know he lost a lot of friends, and now he's losing a lot of subscribers and all that kind of fun stuff as a result. What is up, guys? Mr. Saltwater Hooked and John Ames. Gentlemen, very much appreciate having you guys here tonight. How are you all doing today? Saltwater Hooked, you were looking excited, my friend. You have the appearance of a guy who caught some pretty big fish over the weekend. I'm hoping that that is the case, or that you are about to go get yourself some really good fish this coming weekend. Tell me what you got going on, my friend. Mr. John Ames, what you up to, man? What you been doing? We're just doing a little chit-chat about Padre Island and Port Aransas and stranded gray whales and just whatever else you guys feel like chatting about tonight. Normally I try to have like a story or something that we can, start off with. I don't quite have that today. I audit at work tomorrow and some things like that. I know I'm always complaining about work, and I'm going to make a conscious effort to back off of that a little bit, but I'm still going to complain. I have an audit tomorrow, so I'm worn out. I've been working heavy duty hours this week, and so I'm going to complain one last time, and then you'll never hear from me, never hear me complaining about it again until something really bad happens next week, and then I'll probably complain about it then. Trout last weekend. Hey, nice, man. What kind of trout did you get? Are you doing freshwater trout or saltwater? Are you going for specks or like brook trouts, brown trout? Not brown trout, yellow trout, right? That's what those guys are called. Rachel's parents live up in Wisconsin, you guys probably know. And I've heard all kinds of fun stories about the fishing that they've done up there with trout, and I am dying to get into some. I've heard they're really good, and rainbow trout is freaking amazing. But I've only ever had it at a restaurant. I've never caught them myself. I don't know if you know this or not, little known secret, I'm terrible at freshwater fishing. Brook trout sounds like fun. Not only does it sound like fun, if those are anything like rainbow trout, they're just one of the best tasting fish I've ever had in my life. I mean, it's, I'm preferential to, I like tilefish, I like swordfish. I eat swordfish straight raw. I don't cook it. I will not cook swordfish. But rainbow trout is right up there with swordfish, tilefish, straight up fresh salmon. And I'm a big proponent of, fresh caught fish. I just love it. That's just my favorite thing. If I could live off it, I would. My wife wouldn't let me, but she might let me try. Shout out from the Rio Grande Valley. What's up, Mr. Matthew Carizales? I know I'm pronouncing that wrong, and I'm sorry. I'm normally pretty good with names of, of Mexican descent, and I'm having a hard time with that. Having a hard time rolling that one. Sorry about that, but welcome to the channel, man. Appreciate having you here. And Muskie Hans, I didn't say hi to you. Sorry about that, man. Appreciate having you here, sir. Smoking trout, dude, that sounds so good. We smoke some of the stuff that we get down here, particularly like I like smoking kingfish, and actually I like smoking like menhaden and some of our bait and stuff. But I don't personally normally smoke the good stuff. I probably should. I need to. I smoked some speckled trout last summer. It was really good. I need to do that more. I'm going to make it a goal to do that more. Yeah, I bet they were. Brook trout in a pond, really tasty. What is up, Mr. Old Beer Buzzard? How are you doing there, man? How I miss much. I know, right? We're all getting hungry here. It's dinner time, and we're all talking about these delicious tasting fish. Should probably, there's a money-making market for you right there. If you could figure out some way of putting fresh fish in front of people while you're sitting here and chatting about it, getting them hungry, that is probably a $1 million idea. I don't think we're going to get to do any fishing this weekend. We got Savannah has a dance recital, And I've already got a video that I did a while back, and I had it batched and done and everything specifically so that I could take this weekend off. However, that next weekend my brother is coming to town. You guys have not met my other brother. We're going to meet him next weekend. We're all staying out in Port Aransas, and we're going to get some fishing done. We're going to have a good time of it. Oh, cooking crappie. That's another one. I've never been able to get into crappie. I'm not going to say I'm bad at freshwater. It's not the case. It's just anytime I've gone freshwater fishing, fishing was not the main task at hand, so we didn't go to the best places. You know, it was family time, and we'd put a bait in the waters and while we're spending time with the family, but we weren't going to the place. We were going places that were family friendly, not necessarily fishing friendly. Triple Tail TV, how's it going, man? How's Encore treating you, dude? I'm kind of curious to hear about it. Get the fish on, that's what I'm saying. It is that time of year, man. And I got people asking me all the time if I've been going fishing, and you know, YouTube and in real life, I guess is the best way of putting it. They're asking me all the time if I'm going out, and I just haven't had a chance since last time I went fishing was with John from A&J Outdoors. Been a couple of weeks. I'm drying up a little bit. Got to get out to the beach, get offshore. I turned down a swordfish trip a couple of weeks ago. That sucked, but I'm hoping maybe in the future we'll get another one here in the near future. Mr. True North Angler, sir, it is good to see you. Appreciate you stopping by, man. Always a pleasure having you here, dude. How have you been? I go in big and come out for small dinner. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Man, I've still got some whiting fillets in the freezer, and now I'm totally thinking about how I'm gonna get those things cooked up for dinner tonight. So, man, I don't have much on the old agenda for fishing at the moment. I'm kind of bummed out about that. Other than we are going to be staying in Port Aransas, not this coming weekend, but next weekend. Going to get to hang out with my brother Luke. We hadn't seen him, and I'm really excited about seeing him. I don't think I've seen him since the hurricane. He came down. Good. True North Angler, I'm glad to hear that, man. Glad to hear that. Some people out there, some of our buddies have been having a tough go of it, and it's always nice to hear that, you know, it's not happening to everybody, at least not all at once. Doing good right now, busy, 52 hours in 3 days. I remember those days, man. I'm not doing quite that much anymore. Stripes doesn't work me quite like that, but and I remember those days where if you didn't hit your 40 by Tuesday, you were not going to get the paycheck you normally got. Give the host hey, appreciate that, Mr. Ames. And guys, so you know, I don't know if this is a thing, and I don't care for me personally or anything else like that, but we do have the Super Chat thing activated, and as a fun little game, I got an under-the-table permission to do a little bit of a fundraiser. We're raising money for Driscoll Children's Hospital in Corpus Christi, Texas. They are the only children's hospital south of San Antonio. They serve the entire area from Laredo to Corpus Christi to McAllen, that entire area. And we do a fundraiser for them once a year. And I spoke to, I'm not going to say his name, but I spoke to a gentleman that was in charge of that fundraiser that's going on. And he said he would be very tickled if we did some benefit things, you know, for the Children's Hospital through our live stream. He is going to be checking it out. I don't know if he's going to be popping in live, but he was kind of curious to see how it goes. So just so you guys know, anybody who does Super Chats, so all that stuff's going to Driscoll Children's Hospital, helping those guys out. So I just wanted to put that little disclaimer in there. And if I'm not mistaken, was that somebody dropping one? Or maybe not. Maybe that was somebody texting me. I use the same alert for my text messages that I use for the Super Chats and stuff because I'm an idiot. So it makes it sound like I'm getting more done here. Family is about to grow a little more seriously. Is Ashley pregnant or what? Hey man, if that's the case, congratulations. If I'm totally reading that wrong, sorry. Don't tell anyone quite yet, though, except for everybody that I just told in a live stream that I will not be taking down. Sorry, bud. Hey, but congratulations. I won't say another word about it, man, but congratulations. That is awesome. That is rad, man. Mr. Chasing Guns. Dude, how are you doing, man? Good to see you. Appreciate having you here, sir. Man, I got the old I got my 30-30 sitting right here. I hope to be getting out and doing a little bit of shooting here in the near future as well. And we have a nilgai hunt planned. It's always kind of one of those things where it's just all the conditions have to get together, but when they happen, going after nilgai, and that's going to be a 2-day ordeal. That's a fun trip. Just go out into the middle of nowhere, camp, and hike around in a secret place that I'm not going to talk about, and go shoot a nilgai. Got a good video on opening day, 5 bass on the buzzards and 1 on worms. Dinner served for sure. Was a great day and made for a fun video. Dude, that's rad, man. I'm looking forward to that. I heard you talking about catfish earlier. Again, it's another one of those ones making me hungry. Mr. Nicholas Pouliot, sir, thank you very much for coming and hanging out with us, man. I appreciate you stopping by and saying hi. Always a pleasure having you. What have you been up to, man? You haven't been up to ranting. I'm not going to hold that against you, though. I know everybody's busy, but I'm just going to throw that out there. Because I ain't seen one yet. You make me want to do rants, dude. I just don't think I'd be that good at it. Like, I want to. I have a desire. There are things I don't like. I don't like going to the movie theater. We went and saw Endgame last week, and I am going to rant for just a second. We went and saw Endgame, and we walked out of there, and of course, one of the cool things about going to the theater, which is, you know, not the experience that it was 25 years ago, you just don't go as much anymore. You got streaming. You can get it on your phone. You can get all these movies that you want. You have immediate access to them, so why go to a theater and pay an extreme amount of money to go see a movie and eat a bunch of food that's really not that good that you're paying a whole lot of money for? I don't have a problem with that. That's fine. It's an experience. It's a family outing. I'm good with that. What I am not good with is going to a movie theater and seeing all the movie posters for sequels and for remakes. Every single poster hanging on one of the walls, every single one of them was a sequel or a remake. I am against this. There are so many good books out there. Make them into some movies. There are some good, you know, Hollywood, what are you doing? What are you doing? You want to get people into seats, you want to make money on the movies that you're making, make a good original movie. Quit hiring the same dipstick directors to make the same dipstick movies that aren't working. Get original, get creative, guys. That's my rant. I missed my Remington 243 deer rifle. Best long distance shooting gun I ever owned. Had a shotgun beaded scope on it. Never missed. That is rad. I am particular, first off, my 30-30 here, I can hit dimes at 100 yards. I love my 30-30, dead on with it. If I need to take it up a notch, Rachel got me a government 4570, the same the saddle gun style. I got Leopold scopes on both of them, and I can pop quarters at 100 yards with that thing. So that's my style. I love deer rifles, but I'm really partial to the saddle gun style. Our hunting is typically like hiking around. We don't sit in a blind. So it's nice to have something you can kind of, you know, walk around with. Camera died the other day. Oh, I heard about that, man. I heard about that. I'm sorry. That sucks. That's, you know, YouTube problems. We've all been there. We've all smashed a phone and had batteries die on us, and wind noise. Jesus, wind noise. We get prevailing 15-mile-an-hour winds out here, like every single day. 15-mile-an-hour winds. It just makes it miserable to film. Filming at the beach is rough because of that. I don't watch anything anymore. Too much way over the top trash now. I totally agree. They have perfected special effects. Good job, guys. You nailed it. You absolutely nailed special effects. Now you got to put a story to it. You can't just rely on special effects. You can't just sit there and film an entire thing on green screen and expect to crap out a good movie. You're actually going to have to put your time and legwork in with the little guy on the typewriter. It's got to happen. What's up, Nick? How are you doing there, man? Good to see you, dude. Appreciate you stopping by. What you been up to, man? I think we may be going Port Aransas, not this weekend, but the weekend after. So if you want to get a little bit of fishing done, we will be out there. And we actually have a little bit of advance notice this time. Actually bought me a 450 Bushmaster. That is rad. I am still envious of that Desert Eagle you got, man. I've always wanted one of those. That little Deagle. Love it. Thought Endgame was very good. Good culmination of 21 films in the making. I agree. I liked it. I liked it. I thought they did a good job of putting those storylines together. They did a pretty decent job of tying together some storylines. I like it when they take the viewer through different loops and curves and twists in the storyline. They did a pretty good job of that. Same with Game of Thrones. I thought they have so far succeeded in doing a pretty good job of that. I might be in the minority on that one, but I did like it. No, I don't think that they have this is not the penultimate of telling a good story. They have not absolutely blown me out of the water with it, but I thought they did a really good job. And I think that Endgame and everything that the MCU is doing has set the bar for what everybody else needs to be doing. So disappointing. Going and seeing Endgame, seeing them put together a very good multiple decade story arc that all ties together. Really cool seeing them doing that, but then very disappointing seeing how successful that was and seeing how nobody else is even attempting to do anything similar. Nobody is following the same footprint. It's dumb. It's dumb. Hollywood, you need to get your act together. Mr. WTF Mike Aubrich, sir, it is an absolute pleasure and an honor having you here with us tonight, sir. I really appreciate that. Trying to get back into the live streams. I know. I haven't done enough of them. We have some things that are going to be changing in our lives in the near future that I am hoping is going to free up a little bit more time and allow me a little bit more free reign with the things that I enjoy doing. But we will talk more about that in the coming weeks when it actually comes to fruition. Getting a new one soon. Father's Day. What are you getting? Oh, a new camera. What kind of camera are you getting? What you looking for? You do GoPros? You doing like a DSLR? I kind of want a DSLR, but at the same time, and Nick Sinox hates me. He argues with me about this every single time. We do a really good job of doing this entire channel with a cell phone, and I'm kind of proud of that. And I kind of like a couple of times D. Nimmin has hit me up with questions, and I'm honored that he did that. I really respect the guy. And I have a desire to continue doing what we're doing with the cell phone because it helps other people who do stuff with their cell phone. So I don't know if we're going to continue or I don't know how long we're going to continue doing the cell phone, but I do have a very serious desire of picking up a computer and a DSLR and taking our game to the next level. Not ready for it yet, but it's something that's in the back of our mind. Need more movies like Patriot and Gladiator. I can't argue with that. There's some good standout movies out there. They do make some good ones, but man, it's just they pump out so much crap that they're just pumping it out to pump it out. They have theater things to put up on the screen. They got to make something and just hammer it out, and it shows in the work they put out. Mr. Fishing and Stuff. Look, you guys are all hanging out here. I'm not even saying hi. I apologize for that. Fishing and Stuff. How are you doing, man? Absolute pleasure having you here, sir. Catching up in chat here because I get behind. I'm long-winded. I just start running my mouth, and that's that. Yeah, saltwater hook. I appreciate that. Andrew Can gave that to me. I met him in Dallas last summer. And yeah, obviously I don't wear it often because it's one of my favorite shirts right now. I love TubeBuddy. Those guys are awesome. If you are interested in more detailed analytics, I do have a link to TubeBuddy down below. It is a free app that'll help you track your search ranks, which we are a monetized channel thanks to our search, thanks to what we do in search. So if you're interested, link to the free app in the description down below. Get it up. Getting a GoPro. You know what kind of GoPro you're getting? I see we would probably go the direction of GoPros if we upgraded to computers and doing it all that way. And I don't know what kind to get. I don't know that much about them. I just know the newer the better. At least that's my understanding. Tried a GoPro on my last trip. Didn't record a darn thing for 2 hours. Oh, that sucks. Have you ever had one of those videos? I've had this happen to me several times. It happened to me with A&J Outdoors a couple weeks ago, where I went to edit the videos and I was putting them in the editor, and I had that 5-minute video of my t-shirt where I was just holding the phone thinking that it was off, and then when I go to hit record, I had actually hit stop, and the entire time I'd just been recording my shirt. I don't know what video I lost when I did that, but I know I lost something. When you see that 5-minute video of t-shirt, you know you lost something. What are going on about FS? Get to the point. Dude, I just ramble. That's what I do. I ramble. I got no points. I got nothing specific. I just rant about stuff. I'm taking a page out of Nicholas Pouliot's book, and I'm ranting about stuff. His was so awesome. I'm going to try and do the same as him. Mr. Triple Tail, check that out. Look at that right there. Where is it? That thing right. Check that. Mr. Triple Tail TV, you are the very first person to do a super chat on this channel, sir. I thank you very much for that. In case you guys didn't know, obviously it's an experiment to see how super chats work and stuff like that. However, we're doing a little bit of a fundraiser for Driscoll Children's Hospital. Any super chats that we get tonight are going to help those guys out. So thank you very much, man. That's going to the hospitalization, or towards the finances required for the hospitalization of a child whose parents can't afford to take care of them. They do, preemies, and they just did recently they did there was conjoined twins, and they were conjoined at the genital area. They set some kind of record on having separated conjoined twins in that region, that area. Not something you can necessarily put on the news or anything, or talk about and show graphs and stuff. But they did a good job, and kudos to those doctors for accomplishing that. I thank God I had my old camera running, but my first shot, the big bass of the boat, that hurts. That hurts, man. We've all been, that's all part of the game. You did smart by having second camera set up. I very rarely ever had that. Everything that we did last summer, since I do everything with a phone, and I'm using a Galaxy S6, so I don't have a memory card slot. So everything gets saved to the phone, and then after we're done editing, it all gets wiped. Now, I was saving it to the cloud. I do work with Google Maps, and so they give me, I don't even know how much, but they give me a big amount of memory on the cloud for what I do with them. And so I was saving it to that, but then I got wary of it. I was like, man, I'm using up all this memory. This next couple of videos, I'm just not going to keep the footage. I don't need it for anything. I lost like 4 months of footage, and then I started saving it again. But then we went to redo do that last video that we did where it was the 1-year anniversary, and I was trying to dig up all those old clips, and I was missing the entire tail end of last summer. That was a bummer. I wanted to do an entire segment of all of those times our camera fell over, and I only had 2 shots of it. Like I was missing, that must have happened to me a dozen times last year, and I'm missing all of that footage. It's impressive how you do it with a phone. I could rant about it. Hey, have at it, dude. Game on. I would love to see a Nicholas Pouliot rant about me. That would be the coolest thing, dude. You have free reign. I give you free reign here and now. You are welcome to any footage you want off of our channel. I will not, I'm telling you right here and now, you're not going to get content strike. You're not going to get a copyright claim, nothing like that from me. You have free reign to do whatever you need to do the sickest rant that you want. I'll have Rachel pull up old baby photos, whatever you want, man. I would be absolutely honored to get a Nicholas Pouliot rant. They'll make my day. Mr. Beer Buzzard, sir, I very much appreciate that. Thank you. That means a lot, man. And like I said, this is all going to help out Driscoll Children's Hospital. So thank you very much for that, sir. Do appreciate it. $20, big time bucks, man. I appreciate that. I'm also, I can't commit to like doubling everything that's made tonight. I can't commit to like doubling that, but you have my word. I'm gonna try. Anything that I'm gonna put, I'm gonna donate. I'm gonna make my donation. I always make it at the tail end of the thing to kind of, add that little buffer zone, whatever deal of how much money we raise. I'm gonna be doing that again. And I'm just going to physically give as much as I can physically give. So I can't commit to like a number as far as like, oh, if you donate 100, I'll donate 100. We get to 100, I'll donate 100. But you know what I mean? I'm not even going to try to like hold anybody to any kind of number like that. If you guys can donate, it is very much appreciated. And again, it goes to help Driscoll Children's Hospital kids who are in medical and hospitalization need, whose parents can't afford it. Free reign. Nicholas Pouliot, absolute free reign. whatever you want. If you need anything from me to do it, because I'm all about it. I think that's the coolest thing ever. Mr. That Mosier Boy, how are you doing, man? Appreciate having you here, sir. It's always good to see you. You should have a Sony running all the time as a backup. I totally, man, yeah, I agree. Yeah, I have this old collection of, I should be getting the whole thing started up anyway. I got this old collection of like all these old cell phones that we got. We use them as like B-roll fodder, and like anytime I'm talking about on a cell phone or something like that, I'm actually holding one of these that don't work. And I use this one for B-roll sometimes, but it's crappy B-roll. Like I think it maxes at like 360p, so it's not anything that I can really use for, you know, the footage that's going to be great for anything. But it is nice having that secondary camera, and I need to use it more. We do use Rachel's camera as a backup, but that's kind of a pain because she has to save her stuff to the cloud, and it takes forever to download those videos onto my phone so that we can use them. But it's a pain. But I will say the stuff that she gets, like the things that she sits there and talks about, she's got a little bit of an issue with shaky cam. I keep giving her gimbals and she keeps not using them. But her the stuff that she got, I think it's hilarious. I don't know if everybody else does, but I love just the things she says and the things she comes up with when we are, you know, out there fishing and stuff like that, and she whips out the camera. When I'm editing her footage, for one, I'm like, what the heck did she just say? It's either like a, I can't believe she just said that, or it's a, you know, you've seen it in the videos, we made fun of it, like I just physically cannot understand what she's saying. Mosier Boy, sir, yeah, dude, happy to see you, man. Always love having you around, dude. You are good people. All you guys, love all you guys. Nice chatting, got to get back to work. Hot plan on the second shift. Man, I totally understand. Totally understand. I got an audit tomorrow, so I went on a little bit early today so that I can have dinner early, so that I can get my rest for an audit tomorrow. That's going to be a miserable audit. It's going to be a no-win audit. It has to be a miserably messed up audit to fix the last audit that was a miserable nightmare mess. So I'm just going to lose. Seating like a mofo, got to get it. Oh, dude, hey, yeah, man, are you working on that right now? I would assume it's pretty late in the afternoon for you, isn't it? Or are you just like burning the midnight oil on that one? Don't you still have that Sony high-def camcorder? Are you talking about me? I don't have a high-def camcorder. Mr. Ozark Outlaw, Ashby's TVL, how are you guys doing, man? Is this y'all's first time here? Appreciate you guys stopping by. If it's not, I apologize for not recognizing you right off the bat. Ozark Outlaw, I do recognize you from other live streams and stuff. And Ashby, I don't recognize that name. I apologize for that. But welcome to the channel. If this is your first time, thank you very much for checking us out, man. Absolute pleasure having you here. I can never understand Rachel. Nick, you think that's bad? You should see what Google thinks of like the things. I'm going to do an entire video of what YouTube thinks she is saying. When we go to edit captions, it's hilarious. It comes up with the goofiest things that it thinks Rachel is saying. Sometimes it just doesn't even try. She'll have a whole diatribe about something and YouTube's just, it doesn't even have a card for her caption. It's just like, no, I'm not trying. I give up. I'm done. I'm not doing this. And I know, you know that, you know, your videos get search ranked based on the tags and the tags being in the description. They also get, I am about 95% sure they also get you for the audio of the what's in the, so if you want to do a video about Texas, you have to use the tag Texas, and you have to have Texas in the description, and you should have Texas in the title. I think you should also say Texas in the video. Now the catch on that is if you don't say it right, say you say Tarxus, YouTube hears Tarkus or puts Targus or something like that, and you don't get credit for Texas. You have to say it. Like for example, right now I have Texas Fishing Family in the tags of this video, and I just said it in the video, so I'm getting credit for having said it. I'm gonna go dig up weeds from my lawn. Why are you doing that? It's a Thursday afternoon. That's what kids are for. Grandkids. Neighbors who have weed farms growing. Yeah, that's me. I was that neighbor. And I'm a downwinder. Man, these guys right here, this house next to me is abandoned, and the place next to them, I wish it was abandoned, because yeah, we're suffering through fleas, and I spent 4 years digging Johnson grass out of my yard because I'm downwind. I'm downwind of all of this travesty that's happening behind me right now. But I've only got about 3 bushels of Johnson grass left in my entire yard. I took that out. And I'm talking like, I know this isn't a much, especially I'm embarrassed to say it for somebody like WTF Mike, who does like legitimate acreage kind of work. But I hand pulled and then shoveled out about a half an acre's worth of like 6-foot Johnson grass. Thanks guys, appreciate it. It's abandoned, they can't hear me. Pretty sure your parents gifted you a high-def Sony. That's a camera, that wasn't a video camera. That's a Sony A340, nice camera, great camera, but it's not a video camera. Have you, Ashby's? I'm sorry about that. And I hate to be that guy. That's, I just apologize. That's just poor hostmanship on my part, and I'm sorry about that. I saw Nick's doppelganger on Netflix. What was that on? Where'd you see him at? I'd like to hear that one. My doppelganger apparently is on Supernatural. Is Winchester Sister in the chat? Winchester Sister, if you're here, chat something. Let me know you're here. Because if you're not, if Winchester Sister, if you're not here, I'm going to talk about you behind your back. She is a big fan of Supernatural. She's a very young girl. I'm going to be honest, a little uncomfortable having her in the chat here sometimes because she's a young girl and she likes to go off on young girl tangents and topics and stuff like that and needs a little bit of attention. And if you're checking this out, Winchester Sister, I'm just pointing it out, not trying to be rude or mean or anything, just making an observation. But she is the aficionado on Supernatural, and I've been told several times I look like who I assume is the most handsome and key character in the entire series, and it must be a pretty good series. Just going to point that out. Just going to say that. I just wish I had a 6-foot Johnson G Bragmutt. It took me a second. For a second, I thought, Mike, you were going the direction of like, I wish I had 6-foot Johnson grass because our Johnson grass sucks over here for some reason. But no, you went a different direction on that. And yeah, I can't say for sure, Mike, because they just don't make rulers that big, you know? Anthony Jeselnik looks exactly, I'm gonna have to check that out. Okay, so if you guys are curious what Sinox looks like, look up Anthony Jeselnik. Nick's been in some of our videos. You guys, we did a shark fishing on Padre Island last fall. He was in that one. A couple other ones. Just no. Nick is a handsome gentleman. At least he was. I don't know what happened. He got old. Nick, you're getting old. It's the stress of the girlfriend, my friend. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Hey, I lived through it, dude. You know, you were there when I was first started dating Rachel. You know the stressful nightmare situation that Rachel is. And I love you, Rachel. If you're watching this, get home soon. But she did this to me. All that silver, that's her, man. I was thin. I was built, kind of. Not great, but I was in good shape. Used to be. Anyway, what up? Jag Fishing, how's it going, man? Good to see you, dude. Appreciate you stopping by. I wish I was on y'all's run, that little trip or whatever that Darren's doing, man. I'm envious of that. What do we got? Wow, someone hacked me for about 60 gigs of my passport. That sucks. I was pissed when they crashed my passport. Couldn't get nothing off it. That sucks. God, dude. For starters, you're just bad luck with all this technology. You should be doing everything with your cell phone. Oh, to Sinox. Yeah, I could see that. I thought you meant Nicholas Pouliot. Oh, yeah, no. Sinox, that's Nick. He's a friend of mine down here. And he looks like Mr. Jeselnik, apparently. I don't know who that is. I'm fat now. Yeah, cheers to that, bud. Cheers to that. don't got much time, about to put the kids. Hey, dude, I totally understand. I'm kind of in that boat too. Savannah is at dance with my mom, with Mimi. Rachel is working hard. She works about 45 minutes from here, and I'm just all by myself, left to my own devices. So I'm like, heck yeah, I'm gonna live stream, because that's what we do. Get a little bit of free time, jump on a live stream. My life isn't boring at all. Yeah, Jag, I appreciate you stopping by, man. I do totally understand. It is an honor and a privilege to have you here, sir. Oh, and also, by the way, I don't think I've ever said it before, but man, the work that you do, I want to tell you, I personally appreciate the work that you do. You know, your service to this community is very much appreciated. And if we have anybody here who is a member or has been a member of the United States military, I would like to thank you as well. Does kind of look like me. Does oh, I want to look him up. I'll have to see it. I'll have to see it. Maybe we'll do a video on that. I thought it was you at first, but he has a Nick, so what are you talking? I have a sense of humor. That's my Nick voice. That's what he sounds like. Nick, we haven't been fishing in a while, dude. What have you been out? Have you done anything? Will, I assume you've been working and everything. I assume you haven't had a chance or anything. Are you still living in Portland? You driving to Three Rivers? You're doing the Peter game. Oh, sad Nick, that is the saddest sad face I've ever seen. Gotta run, be back if you're still on by the time the kids are sleeping, dude. Hey man, appreciate you. Have fun with that. I know putting them down is that's always a rough time of the day, so good luck, man. I hope to see you again, but if not, I'll catch you in the next one, and I'll see you in the next live stream you got coming out, man. On location right now, waiting to rig up. Can you say what location you're at? Are you even in like one of these surrounding counties, or they got you out by Shiner or somewhere in the middle of nowhere? Probably middle of nowhere. I mean, it's going to be middle of nowhere regardless. You're oh, that's right. You guys are doing Wellhead. That's right. I'm envious. I miss Wellhead, man. I wish I could get, because it's one of those things where when you learn it, you know it like the back of your hand. Reeves near Tilden running a casing head. Yeah, casing head. That's a. I never really liked doing that. I did a couple of casing heads with Streamflow. You know, I liked the idea that you sit around for 20 hours waiting for those dinks to get ready for you, and then it takes you like, you know, an hour and a half to do the casing head. But I really wouldn't want to go back to it. I would do it. I'm not going to lie. I would do it. I would go back to it. I haven't gotten out. What were we saying about this weekend at Port Aransas? Not this weekend. Savannah has a dance recital. Her dance recital is this weekend. It's a 2-day event, and you got to get tickets and all this fun stuff. But the next weekend, Luke is coming down. We're getting a place in Port Aransas. Mr. C Pro Fishing, what's going on, man? Good to see you, dude. Appreciate you stopping by and saying hi. Mr. Beer Buzzard, sir, very much appreciate you. Thank you again for the super chat, man. Really appreciate that. I appreciate the ability. I appreciate you giving me the ability to pass that along. For those of you guys who don't know, we are experimenting with the super chat feature. This is the first time we've had it available, and all super chats are to be donated to Driscoll Children's Hospital. It is the only children's hospital. I don't know if it's the only children. They have some standing like that, but they serve all of South Texas, whatever their thing is. They serve all the way from San Antonio to Corpus and Laredo and McAllen. And they help out kids who are in need, preemies, and need surgeries and cancer and things like that, regardless of the financial status of their parents. So they rely heavily on donations. I'm a big fan of the hospital. I'm a big fan of the work that those people do. And all super chats are going to them tonight. We're donating it all. Mr. Mosier boy, hey man, I appreciate you stopping by, sir. You have a wonderful evening. Thank you again. Always a pleasure. Yeah, absolutely. Rachel just got home. She's looking a little worn out there. How was your day? If I can reach my keys. My keys are on the counter over there.
Okay, is your mom okay, or what's going on right now?
They're fine. They're at dance. They might have gone out to dinner after dance. Well, I'm betting money right now they're still practicing. She's been running them late every night.
Is your mom okay?
Yeah, she's fine. They're having fun.
I'm just gonna make her come home and practice more.
Yeah. 26 an hour to start, 25 per diem, company truck, full benefit. Yeah, I know the numbers, man. I know exactly what you're talking about with that.
What?
That's what what Will's getting with Encore. He just got with Encore Wellhead in Three Rivers.
Did he?
Yeah, he just started with him.
Oh.
He's like 1 week in.
Awesome, Will. Congratulations.
Rachel says congratulations, an awesome job.
And please let there be work for my husband.
We'll maybe having a conversation about such a sort of thing in the near future here. They hire, yeah, Nick, they're hiring, but they ain't hiring you. I'm kidding. Wellhead is like the easiest thing. Once you learn it, it's the easiest thing. You dig a hole in the ground, and there's a lot of pressure underneath. So you got to cap it. That's what wellhead is. You cap it. You got to dig multiple holes because you got to go down through water. You want to have a seat with us?
No, I am sitting right here. It's like teaching. It's super easy.
You can just once you learn it, that's all it is. You're just capping the holes that you dig in the ground. And you got to dig multiple holes. You got to dig one big one that goes down through the water table, and you got to case that, and then you put a cap on it. You put a head on it. Then you got to dig a smaller hole that goes deeper down, and you put a cap and a head on that. And then you dig one, it goes way the hell down, and it goes at an angle, and they frack it and all that stuff, and you put a head on that one. That's wellhead. It's not offshore. Mike, this whole area is the Eagleford Shale, and they do a lot of fracking, and they do a lot out in the fields and pastures and ranch land and stuff like that. Every rancher in this entire area has got wellhead sitting on their land. That is the money thing right now. Offshore is a different ballgame.
Contributing way too much carbon dioxide to
Yeah, we're absolutely destroying the Texas environment, and yeah, I'll be a part of it if given an opportunity.
It's like a giant wind farm.
Kill him from the inside.
So I'm a teacher.
Oh, Will, I wouldn't mind having a conversation with him. Just I like wellhead, man.
Are they hiring any environmental coordinators? I'm not done with this.
You got to wait for them to get in trouble, and then when they get in trouble, they'll hire one. Yeah.
I think the regs book is over here, to be honest with you.
Oh, don't do meth. Well.
I'm joking. Gosh, no.
That is never mind. I don't need the application.
Not a problem with this house. All right, drink.
So Nick says, cow teaching is easy. Rach T. Because you are doing it, #earn.
Honey.
Apparently teaching was easy on your teachers. Didn't appear like they had to do much. Burn you, Nick. Talk to my wife like that. I'm in oil country too, North Dakota. Yeah, you guys got the backing.
They have the big people.
Yeah, we send guys up that way. I believe is that right? Y'all guys is that the backing up there? We had guys go.
Yeah, everybody's camping out, right?
Yeah, we sent crews to North Dakota. I was never a part of any of that because that all got shifted off to Colorado because you run North Dakota out of Colorado. Mr. Fish in the Mitten, how you doing, man? Levi B, how's it going, sir? Balkan, yeah. Isn't it B-A-K-K-A-N? I don't know. Doesn't matter. What's that one they had? Is it the Buddha? Which is the one under the Eagleford? That's the one I wanted to be a part of. We drilled it once, and I was super excited about that job. All stainless steel wellhead and stainless steel production. I thought that was rad. Super expensive equipment.
Mine was orange and purple.
Oh yeah. So when I started off in the shop and we were building frac trees and we ran out of paint, so we had to mix paint to make because to paint these frac trees that we were doing. These things are massive. I mean, they stand like 20, 25 feet high. They branch out another 15, 20 feet. Massive. They have to be shipped out in pieces. They're bigger than a house, and they weigh as much as like multiple 18-wheelers. So we ran out of paint, and I just had a Mod Podge of different paints. So we needed a different color for this frac tree that we were doing. So I painted it Rachel's favorite color. We painted it orange with purple highlights because her favorite color is the sunset. That was Rachel's frack tree.
Well, that was my color.
And I got in trouble for it. They told me I was stupid. They didn't say, sorry, we didn't buy you the paint that you needed for the job. They just said, don't be stupid.
This is outside.
Bakken, gotcha, the Bakken.
What's the other one that?
Yeah, we sent a couple of crews up there to, I think they were fracking the Bakken. I worked the port on an oil dock MVCS. Yeah, I'm kind of envious of that one too. I would love to be, I'd love to work on the docks. Dock work down here is a little bit different. A little bit different. They don't have like fun dock work. They have like dock work nobody wants to be a part of. Stupid pink 5K trees. I never. Hey, it's our fault for buying this crap paint, man. So like one year for Christmas, and Will, you instigated that idea. I give you credit on that one. That was a cool idea. So the wellhead that you put up is called a tree. It's a production tree. So this dude had the idea of we had a bunch of them made for Christmas they put them out on the outside of the highway and painted them all different colors and covered them in Christmas lights. Nobody got the joke because nobody knew, only the oil field guys knew what a tree was, but and they're actually called Christmas trees, like the really big ones. The ones you guys do up in like the Bakken, the ones that they do up in Canada because there's so many different levels of casing that they got to run for those. So those really big expanded out trees are called Christmas trees. So that was the inside joke on it. Hey, Savvy, how's practice? I assume, are you still in practice, Savvy, or are you guys out to dinner or something? Stay on the farm. I did my time. The oil be hit. Mike, I hear you. Like I spent my time in it. I don't think I spent long enough. I would like to spend a little bit more time, but save every dime. I didn't. We got a house. Didn't buy a new truck. We didn't buy a bunch of fancy stuff or nothing like that. Put a bunch into the old 401k.
But I save it. I'm gonna save it.
And Rachel is fantastic at saving. You were the one that allowed us to be able to do that. And I'd like to do that again for another couple of years and then never go back. We do need to get new cars. If you guys have seen my truck, it's a mess.
Okay. Hi, Pooh.
We're eating. My mom's a teacher.
Practice went good. Practice went well. Excuse me. Practice went well.
I saw you, Mommy.
I saw you too.
We see you. We're looking at you right now. Get drop off. You want to see some stupid oil field mess? Go to West. Yeah, I've heard about that. I've heard about those guys. Those guys and the dudes that are doing it down south of the Rio Grande. The ones doing it in Mexico. The few who are doing it in Mexico. I remember the Peel and Silo. I remember that mess out in Laredo. We're about to find out. What are you guys having for dinner, Savvy? What you doing? How was practice? Mommy is dying to know. Live stream on hold. We need to know how dance practice went, and we need to know now. Savvy, get your little fingers going and start telling us.
You still doing the Egyptian like this?
That's how she does the Egyptian in her dance. God.
Napoleon.
God.
Next is our favorite movie.
Savvy, leave me alone, Mom and Dad. God. Eat your food. Anybody remember Napoleon Dynamite? Loved that was like the first movie Rachel and I ever. That's a movie like that got us together.
What's that other weird?
That one and then Ron Burgundy.
Oh yes.
I actually, before I started up today, Nick Nimmin did a video on how you need to like do your practice vocal stuff before you go on. So I was like, okay, I live and breathe everything Nick Nimmin says. And so I was like, yeah, I was literally before, like 2 minutes before I went on, I was like, the Human Torch was denied a bank loan.
The arsonist had on, what? Where's those the ones I like?
Dangerous as all get up. I got two friends in.
Forgot
Dude,
his keys
Mike, I did. I was a salesman. I did inside sales for at least towards the end of my tenure. I was inside sales for Streamflow, and I went out on location probably 24 times, not many times, but I wanted to get out. I wanted the experience. I wanted to go do it. So I went out 24 times, and out of that 24 times, I was almost killed 6 or 8 times. Like nonsense stuff. Dropping, you know, all that steel coil they use to drag all the equipment up the V-door, just flinging it off the edge of the derrick of the rig floor. Land. I had a bunch of that land like 2 feet from me. My brother works at a casing company or something like that. I don't even know what it is, but my brother's tongs. They drop those things. Still attached to the cable, they drop those things underneath the rig floors. We're sitting there putting on a wellhead. Like, those things are, I don't even know how many hundreds of pounds a piece. They dropped 2 of them right out the V-door, flinging around all around our heads and stuff like that. And that stuff happened all the time. Nobody hears about that stuff. We were all so retarded about Napoleon Dynamite and Ron Burgundy. we're still retarded. We just watched Ron Burgundy just like 2 days ago. There's a road between West Texas and New Mexico. Like 5 people die a day. So much they sell. I want one of them T-shirts. Somebody had to die for it though, for that T-shirt. They should have everybody's name on it. We used to collect everybody's names on the lockers at work. All the people who got fired. Couldn't fit them all. Couldn't fit them all on the side of those lockers. We ran out of room. Some people had their names on there multiple times. What is up, man? How are you doing there, Dennis? Fantastic work. Dennis is my assistant manager, and that dude managed to pull over $100 in donations for Driscoll Children's Hospital yesterday.
Awesome, Dennis.
He put me to task, so today I had to collect 130. Now I'm telling him he has to beat me again today because we are shouldering the load for this drive that we are doing. And if you guys are interested, we are collecting donations for Driscoll Children's Hospital in the super chats tonight. All proceeds go to benefit the South Texas Children's Hospital, that is Driscoll Children's Hospital. That's what this whole thing is right down over here. So if you want to take a shot at playing or experimenting with Super Chat, tonight is the night to do it. Going to help kids who need and require hospitalization, even when their parents are not financially able to take care of, to do it for them. 2,300 pounds for tongs, yeah, and there's 2 of them, and they dropped them both. And they didn't just drop them off the edge, they were rattling around, swinging around like a bunch of clowns in a parade.
They come out like a bunch of...
I survived Highway 285. Oh, I want that shirt.
I've heard of that one, yeah.
Have you?
Yeah. I don't remember what context. But, okay, Dog Owners Home Veterinary Handbook.
Oh, no, I know. Actually, after we're done here, I'll run up to Tractor Supply and I know exactly what we need to get. Those boys are in drug cartel country. Yeah. They work good with each other. Yeah, we've experienced that one as well. We did some frack trees and stuff for Shell, and they had a bunch of land right next to the border, and that was some scary stuff for those reasons. Wait, does he have to beat your next mark? Yeah, he does. Yeah, I told him he needs to. It's a high bar to set. The dude is a good salesman. He's not as good as me, so it's a high bar, but he's going to get more traffic than I saw this morning. So yeah, I do expect him to, at the very least, try to beat my mark. What's that? Did I go to Corpus? No, I canceled on that. I just couldn't physically do it. I got an audit tomorrow, and I had to work solo and do my work. And I had the most miserable migraine this morning while I'm doing all of it. Who is this? Who is this? Abrar Butt, don't beat Mark. Mark is innocent. Marks are there to be beaten. How are you doing there, Abrar Butt? Appreciate you coming and saying hi. You're not cool, you know that, right?
No.
That's my mom said that. What'd I do? Why is my mom calling me? Wait, I know. Peter or Luke is with her. Peter's with her. Is Peter having dinner with you?
Probably.
Or did Savvy write that?
Savvy.
Did my daughter write that to me?
She probably would. She's cooler than both of us. She's definitely cooler than you. Right.
Guess who's not getting her tablet back?
She's both time out decided to.
She says, no, Mew, Savvy. Savvy, you know my answer to that, Savvy? You're grounded.
Time out for you, buddy.
I am cool. I'm way
I
cool.
don't think you can ground her for saying you're not cool.
Yes, I can. It's
No.
in the dad handbook.
You can't do that. I don't care. Well, we know she don't care.
Somebody's pitching a little attitude on the old chat here tonight.
Savannah, would you like a... I'm going to go for a side of timeout this evening.
Yeah. With
And a
your
big
dinner,
bowl
Savvy,
of
would you like a
shut
big
up?
a big side of shut the hell up?
With that bowl of timeout.
Well, LeBrar, but this is what you just got yourself into, my friend. This is the sort of stream that we do here.
Great parent.
Very unprofessional. If you want to see how to not parent your child, you just got it.
There you go.
Nick, would you mind moderating my daughter's?
No, she's not. Grandparents.
So, Laura Orchard is my mom, and my daughter is with my mom. Apparently has my mom's phone, and is running her mouth via text. And you are gonna get it when you get home. Just say the word ban. No one talks to the left. See?
Done.
Burn you, Savvy. Mike's got this. We got Mike.
Wait, is
That's
she
right.
supposed to clean the trampoline today? Isn't she supposed to clean the trampoline today?
She cleaned it yesterday when she got in trouble.
What's she in trouble for today?
Now she's in trouble
she's
for
in trouble
running
for
her
saying
mouth
we're
on the
not
chat. Sorry, was preoccupied.
You need to rein in the granddaughter.
It's not a problem, Mom, but she is about to get banned from our moderators here. So if you wouldn't mind, I need you take your hand, like the right one, the good one,
No.
your right hand. Take your right one.
back of your
I want you to
hand.
make sure that you got a little bit of a sweaty palm. You're gonna need a little bit of sweat on your palm, and I want you to rear that thing back, and then I want you to eye in right on the side of her face. I want you to rear back, go right across the face.
Remember the rule of thumb is you can only beat her with something that big.
My mom's hands are small.
That's what I was thinking. Fair enough.
Oh, Savvy, you're gonna get it when you get here tonight. Where do you get
Still
off?
Love you so much and give you ice cream and popcorn.
Yeah, you better bring ice cream, Savvy. You know you're not cool, right? No way. You got a cup around that ear. You need a little bit of curvature to the hand, just a little bit. You want to be rigid.
I like to get a little swing on the back of the hand. Because, wear a ring or two.
We should have titled this live stream, How to Beat Your Daughter.
How to be poor parents.
How to Be Poor Parents.
Pretty sure that this is probably not the road we want to walk now.
Yeah, probably not. Let's get back to talking about fishing.
Okay, sounds good. I'm going to go sit down. My kidneys.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Your kidneys?
My back. I thought it was my back.
Yeah, start off with the water.
But if I drink 3 of these, I drink 3 of these a day.
Yeah, but you always drink 3 a day. You're gonna die from water poisoning.
This is my fourth thing.
It's her 4th bottle of water. Her kidneys hurt. Vanilla chocolate. It melts the stoned hearts. Advice for the daughter. That's good advice, Savvy. That's one you should follow. We like 1905 vanilla, FYI. Nothing wrong with chocolate. Mommy likes, what weird flavor are you into right now? She always likes the ones that are hardest to find. She likes the wedding cake one, I think.
Banana slip. I'm good. I have like peach, I think.
Okay, Savvy's saying, yes, fish. That's what we want to talk about. Have you even talked about fishing? Yeah, we talked about fishing. We did. What would I get if I beat your total today?
Ooh, what do you get?
What should he get if we That's a good question.
Product. I'm gonna grade some papers if you don't mind.
Yeah, no, I totally understand. Go ahead. We're not going to be too much longer. I am going to run this out a little bit. Nick likes pistachio ice cream. Nothing wrong with pistachio. Yeah, that's a good one.
The pistachio is my favorite, pretty much. That's what we usually have in the house.
Mike says the rule of thumb is for when men used to beat their. What do you mean when they used to?
Yeah,
what is that?
You could only beat them with a stick the size of
big
their
thumbs.
thumb. Yeah, I know. I'm a wealthy
What's that part you mean about
it.
used to beating their wives?
Yep, that's exactly what it is. So I was like,
So
say we
Dennis-
have to use it with our child.
Dennis wants a shirt. Oh no, he wants a subscriber special shirt. I ain't doing that. I can't do that because that goes through a distributor. But I do have them Lone Star shirts. What size shirt you wear?
What you have, if you can beat it, you can get. I don't know if we can give a cool one away. Sure. This is very pink quality. If I was gonna.
What size is that?
This is a. Did my dad grab his?
I think you did.
Did my mother bring the wrong one back in? Is this dad's?
I don't know. But what about those other ones? I'm looking, Dennis. We're gonna see. No, Will, I got yours. Yours is kind of set off to the side. I actually looked that up with the rule of thumb. I recall it being a myth. It's not a myth. That's a real thing. Right, Rachel?
Well, also I was reading about the Tigerians. They decided that you could only beat her as many times as. Okay, so to get back at him, you can only hit him as many times.
There you go.
Right? This will look good, Dennis.
Oh, that's a chick shirt. We got any chicks in need of a shirt?
Just me. This is the one I was telling you to have to hold back for.
Is that yours?
One of them.
Okay, that one's Rachel's shirt. Sorry,
Oh,
chicks.
I have a female one.
Sorry,
I
chicks.
have an extra female.
He's a large. Do we have any larges?
Okay.
Oh, you know, hey, we have this bag over here.
Oh, we have another one. Oh, I love these red ones. Does he like Budweiser?
Okay, I'm not making any promises as to which shirt you're gonna get, but I do have a shirt for you if you can beat my total today.
Is he like a large? This is a nice one. This is really cool.
He's a large.
I like this shirt.
All right, so if you can pull more, than me, I got a shirt for you.
It's nice. It's cool. I'd wear it.
Josh Gaines, how are you doing, man? I'm very excited to see you here today, sir. I don't want to have a conversation right here and now about the things that we would be conversing about. But I am kind of curious to see if you've heard anything, and I would like to have a little chat. I'd like to have a little text chat with you after we get off here, because I'm itching to hear the news that you got, if you have any at all. I don't have any.
I'm throwing in something too. I'm gonna throw some extra.
We need to get those packages together to mail to all those people who already won that stuff.
Yes. You know what? If you get a package, I can drop off tomorrow. I'm gonna take a cab to your work.
Yeah, okay, I'll do it tonight. I'll get them.
Just tell me.
I owe care packages to a bunch of people from a giveaway we did. I haven't sent them out yet because I'm a scumbag.
And Rachel told her car, hence all of this being.
Oh yeah. So you guys didn't know. Rachel told her car. What do we got here? I'm at 185.57 and going.
Oh, I gotta send this with your mom. Crap.
What are you talking about? 185.57.
Did you know that? She's not.
A hot pink sports bra. That's what Mike wants if he gets more than Dennis. A hot pink sport.
Under Armour.
Blue Under Armour? Can we negotiate? Is it open for negotiation? Oh, you know what? I didn't even think about it. I've got all this. Let me see. I want to see something real quick here, guys. I'm experimenting.
The leggings. Why would you make?
Oh, hey, okay, guys. Let me ask you this real quick because I'm kind of playing with this whole thing here. So, on my screen, I've got Old Beer Buzzard and Triple Tail like right here in the middle of the screen with those super chats. Are y'all seeing that, or is that just me? Has that been in front of my face this entire time?
That would be hilarious.
Yeah, that would be tacky.
To get this
I appreciate you guys for doing that, but I didn't realize that was just sitting right in the middle of the screen like that. No, can you see it now? You're not seeing it. Okay.
Okay, cool. Well, that's good.
It's the OBS software that I'm running here. Yeah, I'm still testing it, trying to figure out what's going on. Typical female, can't drive, probably doing her makeup. She was on her phone.
Are you on blue? Are you on blue?
She was on her way to. This is what happened. She was on her way to set up to set up the flowers at church on Easter, and she was in a rush.
Which has nothing to do with that. Our road is shit.
And we have a shit road.
And it's a people. And a tree.
Yeah. And it's a Mustang. They're pretty easy to total.
Yeah.
It's only total because it's all stuff that we could fix. It's just the amount of time and effort and money it would take to fix it is not worth it on a car that we're just not really fond of. Maybe we will fix it. I don't know. I'm not saying we're not. We're going to take a little time off and decompress before we fix it. I just am not really, I'm not really fond of the idea of fixing it and then driving it again. Nothing concrete. Hey, I appreciate the heads up on that, man. Yeah, I'll be hitting you up. Sorry I hadn't texted you or anything. You know how it goes, life. But I am curious. Mr. Grant McIntosh, how are you doing, man? Appreciate you stopping by. You missed us. Let's see, we'll get you up to speed. Savvy is talking back to us via the chat because she's with my mom and she is saying some pretty heinous things that she's going to be punished for. And WTF Mike is pissing off my wife.
Hey, Matt.
Catching crappie. How you doing so far? I would have had to pull up beside her and throw my beer at her.
Oh my freaking God. What kind of beer, Mike?
What kind of beer?
That shitty.
She says she bets it's shitty beer.
Damn.
Oh yeah, you can see it happening here live right now. So you guys know we are also taking donations via Super Chat for Driscoll's Children's Hospital. It may be a good time to get in on this whole thing right now. All Super Chats go to Driscoll Children's Hospital. You may be able to find WTF Mike there soon. We're doing a little fundraiser for those guys right now. Hey, thanks Grant for telling me that I needed to actually set that thing up. I had no idea that was the case. It would have taken me months to figure it out. I don't really care about the financial thing of it, but it was nice because we were able to set this whole thing up with the director of the Driscoll Children's Hospital fundraiser foundation thing. I don't know what his title actually is, but he actually set this whole thing up for us to do this on the live stream. I'm totally stoked to do it. I'm really proud of any funds that we are able to raise for him, and I wouldn't have been able to do it if it wasn't for you letting me know that I had to turn that feature on. That would have looked really dumb if I was trying to take super chat and donations. And Rachel's so mad at WTF Mike right now, she's failing all of her students. She's just sitting there, fail, fail.
I think this one says why.
Why have I never thought of that? Need to set her straight. Hey, Nick, are you,
Nick?
Is Ruby watching this with you? Kind of curious. Mike, he's sending a little laughing until I'm crying emojis, and then he's got a skull and crossbones.
Nick. How many times have I drove you everywhere?
Oh, he's long since forgotten about anything like that.
He dropped on his head. By me, in my car.
As I recall, there was a time when Nick fell off his bicycle. Or was it? Yeah, no, Nick, I remember that. You had a bicycle accident. I like children's hospitals. Did you ever spend any time at Driscoll, Nick? I don't think none of us ever did. I like those guys. Hey, those guys do good work, though.
That was so giant. Her preemie experience didn't last very long. The biggest preemie ever.
Yeah, Savannah was a preemie until about the 6-week mark.
No, she was a month early.
No, I mean 6 weeks of pregnancy.
Yeah, I mean,
she was a big baby.
Early, but there's no way she
big baby. You could tell she was a big baby by the way she's running her mouth in the chat. Yeah, big baby.
Top big. You were a month early, but you're bigger than any other baby.
My tractor only does 30, but she'll never make it through this field. Hey, Mr. Grant McIntosh, I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much.
Get these away from me, please.
Oh, I love these things.
They were just there on
they
were just there on the table.
That means everything to me, man. I'm really proud of this whole thing that we're doing for these guys. I'm proud to be a part of it, and thank you for allowing me to be a part of it. All of you guys, Grant, Beer Buzzer, Triple Tail, thank you guys. Yeah, eat some candy here.
Where'd it go? Where'd it come from?
That made me sound creepy. No, Nick, you make you sound creepy. So is Ruby watching? I'm curious. If so, hey Ruby.
Hi,
Just wanted to say hi. Kind of did, Nick. He has a tendency of doing that. We had a lot of creepy friends. When I was right out of high school, first in college, that's where we all met. I had this apartment that we all used to hang out at. And all of my friends were creepy. Whole lot of them. The whole bunch of them. I kept creepy company. Nick was a good kid when we first met him. He was younger than the rest of us, and but he had his head on a swivel. He was in college a lot younger than the rest of us were ever able to do anything at all. I always commended him on that, but then he found us, and life went to shit.
Nick was a genius till he found y'all.
Yeah, Nick was a genius until he met us.
Nick and I probably skipped exactly the same grade.
Nick says, "Who is Ruby?" Okay, so if Ruby ain't watching this, then I would like to suggest to you take a shot.
Hi, Ruby.
Take a shot at running your mouth to Ruby. Let's see what happens. I don't know, Nick, but don't let her take your love to town.
Guns, dude.
That's good advice.
Guns, you fool.
Oh, what is with us and dating bartenders?
Oh my God, they're gonna care.
I lucked out and got a good one. Let me see that.
Did we ever pay it?
Nope.
Oh my God, this is from so much it was in February.
So, Rachel
Oh my
just,
gosh.
because this is the
Jacob's gonna need it to take out all the trash.
No, he's running on his own thing, not ours. Rachel, because this is totally apropos for when you're in the middle of the live stream. See,
All kinds of things.
I have to do auto draft on all of my bills. I just don't have time. I don't pay attention. I don't have time to sit there and try to write out a bunch of letters and pay
They
bills.
wouldn't take checks. No, they wouldn't take cards.
I never know what day of the week it is.
Checks.
I never know what time we're halfway through May and I still feel like it's April right now.
We get Savvy to school and get her picked up. And
So,
take her to classes.
The city of Beeville does not allow us to do auto draft on the water bill. Sorry, Beeville. I'm not taking the time to try to figure out what I'm supposed to pay. I pay the water bill probably like 3 times a year with those guys.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Haven't paid it once this year.
Not quite yet.
And it was necessary to bring that to my attention that I need to pay the water bill at some point here. It's not even halfway through the year yet. We're good.
Last time they actually took it up and made it into a different thing, so I couldn't go out there and change it anymore.
Yeah, you just go, it's broke so they can't lock it.
Well, because last time they did it, I was out there changing it and the cops came.
And I always pay more than the bill. Like I always leave them
owe more
because
than
we
the
know we're not
bill.
going to pay the next one.
Because we've already ratcheted it out.
Nurses are the freakiest ones. Maybe vet techs totally agree with you on that one. Trying to think
What exactly?
who are the weirdest girls? Like the ones that you would just be like, dude, we're not going there to pick up a girl.
That chick that was at the bar that hung out with Nick all the time, and then they stole like his
Girls at bars?
that chick. No, specifically that chick.
Oh, well, that's that. No.
Everybody wore
No, that's not talking about girls in bars. You were talking about girl in bar in Flower Bluff.
Thank you. That's what
Yeah, that's a
Bluff
different
rats.
scenario. Yes, bluff rats
Bluff rats and
No
also
dice.
Base rats.
and base rats. Yes.
Base rats.
No, but yeah, okay. So
Because they're just looking.
Mike is saying nurses are the freakiest ones. Maybe vet techs. I know that there's another one to add into
Base
that.
rats, I would say.
Base rats and bluff rats.
Bluff rats.
But what's another profession that people do that you're just like, I wouldn't date that person who does that profession?
I mean, I would not think.
Anything in like legal or like I would not want to have anything to do with anybody who's in like legal or insurance or
Teachers.
like something that requires them to deal with people and do their paperwork for them.
Why?
Well, particularly like when it's legal, it's just like
Actually, not.
their head has to be so wrapped around legal jargon that I don't want to have a conversation with that person.
Teachers are just annoying when they're around each other.
No. Teachers
Are annoying when they're around each
teachers need to be put on the list of freakiest ones.
I just said that. Nobody wants a day teacher. They're annoying.
I don't know. When teachers get off the clock, they get kind of wild. Whiskey Woman 5 is a nurse. And how are you doing there, ma'am?
Okay, Whiskey Woman 5.
Postal women. That's what Nick says.
Because he means they're... Never mind.
I would assume you fall into that category, Whiskey Woman 5. I don't know that much about you, but the little bit that I know from WTF Mike, and for the time we've seen you in live streams and stuff like that, and on the live streams, like I said, with like WTF Mike, I would think that you probably fall into that category, and I make no apologies about that. How are you doing tonight, ma'am? Thank you very much for joining us, and thank you for coming out and saying hi.
Do we have the exact number we had last time? Okay.
What's that?
We have the exact number we had last time.
What was that?
Subway.
Yes. Yeah, I got to run the Tractor Supply anyway, so I'll just stop by there on the way home.
You can grade these stupid papers. Don't grade them.
I'll grade them for you. I'll grade
Okay.
your papers.
There you go.
You just need stickers that say F. I kind of thought you could, Whiskey Woman. I kind of thought you could. We're doing great. We're having a good evening. We're getting through another wonderfully rough week at work, but Rachel gets out of school next week. She's a teacher, and so we will have that the burden of that stress relieved.
Can't find my breakfast.
And we're going to be spending a little bit of time out at the beach next weekend, and cannot wait.
Yeah, and we have to
I'm taking a 3-day weekend, by the way.
Okay, I have to go get Savvy too because she's going to be in Austin. You know that, right?
Next week?
Savvy's decided upon her own self that she's leaving for Austin on Sunday.
You're not cool.
We're not cool.
How does that feel?
We're not cool enough to hang
Does that
out.
hurt your feelings?
Well, no, she told me that she's packing her bag and going to Austin.
I did bring her suitcase out for her just in case.
You people are the worst.
Yeah, Nick, it looks like wine. No, I know it does. I wish it was wine. It's bottled water, and I just put some of that colored powder stuff in there. Dude, for Lent, we gave up drinking, and we hadn't gone back. I hadn't had a drink since. I had a glass of whiskey with my dad and a beer with Rachel's dad right at the beginning of Lent, and hadn't had a drink since. So we just kind of stopped drinking. I feel good about it, you know? So we're just going to kind of run with that for right now.
Found a pen. I'm ready.
Hey, you're going to TSC. I need some stuff. Oh, yes, sir. Hey, you know, what'd you need, man? What you got?
Pick it up.
We got to go pick up some medication for Kayla and for Daddy. I need some, what is that stuff we always get? Ivermectin, not ivermectin. What's that one that I always get down in Mexico?
Cipro?
No, the antibiotics.
I know, Cipro's one of them.
Amoxicillin.
Yeah.
So for years, for a decade, we would go to Mexico and I would always stock up on a bottle of amoxicillin. Because I'm like, it's Mexico, it's cheap, and you can't get this in the States, and you got to have antibiotics, and I ain't going to a doctor just so that I can spend $150 for him to tell me I need antibiotics. I ain't doing it.
Also cheap.
Yeah, because Paul's cheap. Hashtag Paul's cheap.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We all know that.
So, yeah, I always had bottles of amoxicillin that I'd pick up at La Farmacia down in Bordertown. Until like a couple years ago, I went to Tractor Supply, and they had bottles of amoxicillin for the exact same price sitting on the shelf. I never knew that. Because I'm an idiot. I was going to get a bottle of ivermectin.
We just let him have his fun and
Yeah,
sneak in your boot.
Whiskey Woman, have one for me. Very much appreciate that. Drink really, really hard for a whole lot of people when I was younger, so it's okay. We need a little time away. I was having a difficult go of it the last couple of months. Like for the last couple of years, I couldn't even drink beer. It was really hard on my system. Like it hit me harder than whiskey. Not getting drunk and stuff, but it's like my system wasn't filtering it out.
Just decided not to do this? We just decided not to finish.
Oh, we got a winner here. Look at that. Let me see this.
No, he did really good and he just decided not to
I'm not going to
finish
show his name, but this is what Rachel teaches at Fish.
Shop.
Yeah, my wife. I love you.
Freaking hybrid. Crazy.
I know. I will say it does hurt a little bit every now and then. I would enjoy a glass of wine or a little scotch in the afternoons. I love a good glass of scotch.
Remember when I put the pepper in it and we had it with cheddar cheese?
Do it.
Remember when we actually did that?
Yeah, we
When
put
I just
pepper
said
in the
that?
whiskey. It wasn't
And
bad.
then we had it with cheese. It was good. That was pretty good. Very nice.
Yes, Mike, I know it's for cattle, but people come first. Then the cattle get it. It works, dude. It works good. But that is not for human consumption. Hashashaha.
I mean, there's a couple of dogs.
What does that even mean? Hashashaha.
It's kind of like, remember how we were trying to figure out how to spell huge?
Is it? Oh, yeah, the huge.
The huge. Okay, we're doing well.
Hey, 16 bucks for a bottle of amoxicillin works a whole lot better than 150 bucks for whatever the doctors prescribe you. And they've given us amoxicillin before.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, no, I had a doctor prescribe me amoxicillin
Yeah,
once.
Savvy can't have the cylinders because they don't work on it.
So it might come in a cattle bottle, but it's the exact same thing. Different doses for sure, but the dosage for cattle worked good for me. Now I'm moving on. I've moved on to ivermectin now.
Let's kick off the taper. Good job, Josh. All right, we need to give a shout out to
Josh did good.
Josh did really good.
Good job, Josh.
It was that.
Zach, sorry, Josh, you failed. Zach got it. Minus what'd he miss?
He missed the species diversity question.
Idiot.
You just said his name on camera and then you called him an idiot.
I did.
Well, I told you to his face.
Probably be a lot classier gesture if I'd had a few to drink. One of these days. One of these days.
Okay, now let's see how Josh did. Oh, Josh!
Boo, Josh. Well, I got some booster shots I can give you. Make sure you don't get hoof and mouth. Really?
I know we had a friend that had hoof and mouth.
I have-
People that have horses, so we know.
I have foot and mouth disease. I could use something for that because I'm always putting my foot in my mouth. So, I mean, I assume that the booster for hoof and mouth
Oh, you're not playing.
it probably works equally well for a person as amoxicillin would versus penicillin.
Like a hoofy?
A hoofy.
A hoofy.
This is a long-standing like conversation right here.
It's a hoof, right?
So it's a hoof.
It's a hoof.
It's pronounced hoof.
It's pronounced
H-O-O-F,
roof.
like roof. Hoof.
Roof. Roof.
It's not roof. It's roof.
Roof.
You don't hire a roofer. You hire a roofer.
Well, you do if you're here.
If you have a hoof,
Right now we have a... And it's for
Am
the
I wrong
dog,
about
it's a
this?
hoofy.
it's pronounced hoof.
Well, hoofy sounds stupid. You're starting to be ignorant. You just sound ignorant.
Ignorant.
You sound ignorant. Oh, they remember the flow.
Most interesting ever. Interesting stream ever. Am I right about that?
Okay, is that not a triangle head? Really?
That's a triangle.
And then if you're wrong,
Diamond.
go backwards because there's a freaking rattle on it.
We are
I bought these.
keying out poisonous snakes here. Mike, doesn't this remind you of Shen? Oh. Let's see. Not too bad, not too shabby. Dennis, you're getting there. But you're still, let's see, to beat me. What are you looking at? You're still a good 60 bucks away, my friend. You better hoof it. You better hoof it.
It's still hoof.
Mike says, hoofy. Like I slipped her a hoofy?
No. You would slip on the hoofy, and they're terrible when you step on them.
I slipped her a hoofy
To get me to marry you.
to get her to marry me.
Oh, no, you got me pregnant. Oh, Nick was going to say it anyways. I'm sorry. I just cut you. I cut it to the chase, Nick. Sebby's not wearing it.
You cut me to the core. Scotch. I like scotch. I wish I had some scotch.
Scotch. The man do wrong. Did you not know that's what I was watching last night?
Oh yeah, I know. She was watching Ron Burgundy. So you're probably not able to hear her. I apologize for that. But she's sitting here and quoting every line from Ron Burgundy verbatim. That's my wife. That's what I married, and that's exactly why I married her. I was like, hey, I think we should get married. And she said, bark twice if you're in Milwaukee.
Actually, is that you?
I was like, okay, I got married.
A whole wheel of cheese? Really? Good job, Josh.
Yeah, you still got several hours left, and you're gonna need them. That was a facility record, my friend. $130.
Haven't seen it.
Good luck.
Yeah, I mean, usually most of the stores I go to have like nothing. Yes, I have cheese.
Yeah, I know. Nobody knows how to do it.
Wow. At least they get the fish right. Why would
All right.
species diversity and drinking well cleaner?
60% of the time it works all the time. Yes, Whiskey Woman.
Sex Panther.
Sex Panther. That doesn't make sense. I know.
That's on the raccoons got caught in the coffee. Smells like Bigfoot's.
Yeah, we're not quoting that part.
I miss your musk. Your smell.
I miss your musk.
We need to get an
I
apartment.
think when we're done with this, we should all get an apartment together.
Go, it's Tim and Ron.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, but I was talking to everybody here.
No.
100% of your dates will never say no if you use enough chloroform. It's the pleats and the pants.
Okay. Oops.
You get a winner on that one?
I messed it up. Oh no, he was still wrong. I mean, he was.
You know, their grades are a reflection of your teaching,
Yeah, and they're gonna all pass because I'm a badass.
and they're all gonna pass because she's a badass,
I already know.
and school's almost out. She doesn't care.
And no, I do. That's
House movies have gone so far down. I was just complaining about that earlier, man. I had the exact same sentiment on that. It makes me mad that Hollywood does that. I'm irate. I'm hot about this. There's so many good books out there, and Hollywood would prefer to do
crap. Like The Martian.
it
on
too.
Point.
Martian was a good one. That was a good book.
And it was on point. And he even said, I chose to do the crap. I mean, of course, the premise is totally wrong because Mars.
Come over here and talk when you're talking.
Because Mars doesn't have, storms like that. And he chose that part, but all the science is good.
Yeah,
know
she likes the science in the movie. Of course, The Martian is what she's talking about.
Because I just watched it. Because I just had the kids
Again,
watch
she just
it.
watched it again.
No, I had the kids watch it. And then, of course, is this a true story? No lie.
You had a kid ask you that? You can't teach that. You can't fix that.
Yeah, I can't. You can send it to me, but I can't fix it.
It is for kids like this that we need to be donating every single thing that we can to Driscoll Children's Hospital. If you guys aren't aware, we are taking all super chats and donating to Driscoll Children's Hospital because there are some kids out here that are going to need it when they get hospitalized and they don't have amoxicillin. They don't got the ivermectin that they need to get through the condition that they got.
No.
They're going to need Driscoll Children's Hospital to help them out. So all super chats tonight are going to them.
Half my kids were, about 25% of my kids were born in Driscoll or have their babies in Driscoll.
Oh yeah. We're doing this fundraiser thing, and I get told that I don't even know how many times a day. Somebody goes to make a donation, and they have a 20-minute story about the time that their kid or their grandkid stayed there.
4 of my girls, they had their babies there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Because they all go. I mean,
Did you hear about the baby in Beeville who ingested meth? 2-year-old. Happened a day or two ago. The baby got into mommy's meth.
I should have hit it better, I guess.
Thank goodness we have Driscoll Children's Hospital for that sort of situation. Them and CPS.
And EMT, like Baron. Like Baron's been out here. Who's the
I don't know. The night is still a little blurry for whiskey. No amount of money fixes stupid.
None. No amount of durance or whatever.
That's why they got to build fences around schools. It's not to protect the kids, it's to keep them from getting out. It's sad that's the only way you would get him. You had a little drool, but sad isn't how I'd explain that expression. He's got it. He's getting it on with Whiskey Woman now. He's done picking fights with my wife. He's moved on to Whiskey Woman. Mike, you are the most interesting character on YouTube, dude. You need to do a YouTube channel.
Has anybody ever told you that before? 'Cause
Is it? Yeah, you should do that.
good idea.
I'm like intrigued by the questions on this test now. You want to test me?
Okay.
You want to see what? Let's see how I can do on the test that all these kids are failing.
Well, it's just stupid. It's the wording. Now I'm trying to check them.
Okay, what you got? Read one.
Okay. Well, anytime it's a gimme question. When you have a graph, it's a gimme question. Okay, I'll give you.
I don't need a graph. I don't need a
Oh, I
graph.
know you don't. Okay, this is an easy one. Food source that promotes muscle strength and provides energy should include both what?
Protein.
And?
Carbohydrate.
Yep. Easy.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
always tell them, I'm like, it does work, so then they always get it right. It's the problem is they keep putting. Why would you put? You go out and just have you some nucleic acids. You do with everything you eat. So why would you put that in your answer?
All right, next question.
Okay, sorry. So, a busy highway cuts through the natural areas separating the habitat into distinct communities. How would construction of the new highway most affect the ecosystem? The number of primary consumers would increase. Stability and diversity of the forest would overall increase. Stability and diversity of the smallest forest sections would increase. Or the number of primary consumers in the largest forest sections would increase. Now, I just told you that the road is going through the forest. Did I tell you it's killing the forest? No. Going through the forest.
It is killing the forest. They had to cut down trees to build that road.
They did, but there are still trees, correct?
There are still trees.
Is it going to affect species diversity?
Not diversity, no.
Boom, you're wrong.
Oh, I'm not. How's it going to affect diversity? There's
It's gonna go down.
there's not going to be any less number of species
Well, that's
there.
what I always tell them. I'm like, how would it increase? Because I'm like, are they going to be driving down the highway
It's not gonna
throwing out more
increase.
animals?
No, but
They
okay.
always put that.
It will
What's
increase.
wrong with
It
you?
will decrease diversity as a result
Thank
of
you.
things getting hit by cars.
No, the stability and diversity of the smallest section will, right there, will decrease.
Okay.
Yeah, the problem I have is they always put increase.
Apparently, I failed her stupid
because
test.
we're driving along and they're throwing out like non-native species. I'm like, think about it. Think of how this works. The number of primary consumers would increase. You just take it out of the
Yeah, nothing's going to increase.
No,
That's not gonna help anything.
Just don't pick increase, and you got the answer.
There you go.
That's how I teach it. Smarter, not harder. You can't get it.
That is a diamondback. It is poisonous.
And then I'm like, okay, look at the tail, friends. It's not a diamondback. It's a rattlesnake.
It's a diamondback. It is an eastern diamondback
I
rattlesnake.
know. I'm telling you what I got from
Oh,
my students. They
Oh.
disagree with me. No, you're wrong. This question is wrong. I'm like, how is it wrong? That's a thumb. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Remember, thumb shape or triangle shape? Clearly, that is a triangle shape. You cannot
yeah. They can't see it very well, but
That's a triangle
that's
shape.
a rattlesnake.
However, if you didn't recognize the triangle shape, it has a rattle.
What is Rachel ranting about now? She's got this test that she gave her kids that she's sitting here grading. So I told her, I was like, I want to take a shot at this test.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, and particularly right now, and yeah, I'm kind of putting it together myself here, but particularly she is referring to some of the things that her students said about this question. A student said that's not a diamondback in the picture because it's a rattlesnake. This is why I'm good at Spanish, is because I can decipher what she's saying.
First, did you believe I'm the English to Spanish teacher?
What's the next question?
It's about DNA. You want it?
I want it. Let's do it.
It's super easy. What aspect of DNA structure is responsible for determining traits? Double
It's
helix.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the double helix.
Sequence of 4 types of nucleotides, 2 complementary strands, or the ratio of nitrogen bases.
The 4 bases.
Yep. Because double helix and strands are the same thing. That's form, not structure. You can always go with that.
Nailed it.
I know. And most of them did too. Almost all. I don't think I got anybody that got that wrong.
I know my geography.
And all of them got my scavengers and decomposers because I went around going, ah! Or that sound they do in The Simpsons. Ah! That's what
Miss Whiskey Woman, it was an absolute pleasure, ma'am. Thank you for joining us. A little worn out. This is not the normally how we do our stream. So normally we're a little bit more into, at least I think we are. I might be wrong. Ask Mike. I'm not sure. But thank you very much for joining us. I promise next time we'll try to take it up 10% more. Have a wonderful evening, ma'am. It'll increase diversity and weed out the weak if you can dodge a suburban. You can mate and pass on those fast genes. if you can dodge a suburban, you can mate and pass on the suburban dodging gene. I like that. I want that gene.
Also, we could throw out some other species that just could go in there. Because that's what people do.
No one will ever know either.
Peanut. Good job, Jasmine. How did you?
She pass?
Oh yeah, she's gonna 98. My kids are messed up. She's gonna
Perfect.
94.
It's all good, Nick. Go ahead, man. I'm just kind of like just hanging out now. We're not really like doing too much here. Actually, I tell you what, I do need to go get dinner going, and I need to make a run at Tractor Supply before it gets dark, so I do need to get out of here.
Why would species diversity be higher in a volcano?
Because it's a volcano. It causes epic mutations and explodes the species out around the globe.
Primary, rock. Secondary, soil.
That's why you're a teacher.
I do like this.
All right.
Thinking outside the box.
Yes! Yes! Please tell me you didn't skip the ad. I'm kidding.
Wait, there was an ad?
Yeah, Will was just complaining about having to watch an ad.
Super tacky.
What do you mean?
Oh, somebody's in trouble.
What were you doing running your mouth, ma'am?
I'm sorry, you are cool, Mama, you are killing me. I'm sorry, someone did that.
You said we're cool. Can you go online and say we're cool?
Oh, guys, seriously, guys, let me. Are you joking or are you serious? If those are annoying you, I'll take them off.
No, I think they're not okay. I think that there should be no.
No. YouTube just automatically puts them on everything when you have to select which ones you don't want.
I would say none because I don't think they're okay for live chats. I think that's like, why would you do that?
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Do you agree or not agree with that?
Let me know. Yeah, because seriously, like I don't care about them enough to.
Yeah, I mean, I did. Yeah.
Seriously, like when you do it, YouTube just automatically puts them on everything, and we've already gone back and cut ads out of a bunch of stuff. They have like those overlay ads. I hate those things, so we cut those off. But if the live stream ads are annoying, let me know. We'll get rid of them. I'm not worried about that.
What's those things a name?
Those are people who donated money to Driscoll Children's Hospital today. We're doing a little bit of a fundraiser, and Mr. Grant McIntosh, Old Beer Buzzard, and Triple Tail TV have all donated money to Driscoll Children's Hospital to help out all of the kids whose parents needed to take them to the hospital, but they didn't have the money to go see the doctor. So that's what that hospital does. And if anybody is interested in doing that, we are taking super chats, all going towards Driscoll on this one.
Rattle trap.
Rattle Trap Fishing, how are you doing there, man? Appreciate you stopping by, dude. We're a little off topic here today. We're all just kind of chatting and hanging out. Nothing specific. I don't have any stories to tell.
Good.
It's good to see you, man.
Good.
You can say hi to everybody?
Hello.
We got WTF Mike. We have Triple Tail TV.
Amy.
Uncle Will. Uncle Nick is also here, but he's off for a moment.
Not agree. Your mom is.
Not agree. You're monetized now. Get that AdSense. Make that money. That's what a lot of people have said. They've said that people are used to ads and just go ahead and run it. We were asking, it was my idea, I was going to do no ads on a video for the first week and then turn it on after a week so that everybody can see it. And they're like, man, that's way too much work. Just either do ads or don't, but don't sit there and mess with it like that. It's like, it's not worth it. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. I need a consensus. I need to know what everybody's thinking about it because, I don't want to annoy anybody. But I kind of had the same thought on it. Like, it's like I have no problem sitting through everybody else's ads. Kind of agree with you. Like if you finally got to that point where you're making, and it's not much money, but if you're making a little bit for the things that you do, I'm happy to support on it.
Yeah, I got yours first.
So I don't know, but I have a weird point of view on things. So I have no problems, taking into account what everybody has to say. Ads are everywhere. I'll open the kitchen cupboard and get it right. Right? Like I go to throw on a T-shirt, and it becomes an ad. I give you guys 100% permission. If I ever overdo it, if I ever look corny or anything out, I encourage and require you to call me out on that. Don't let me BS it. That is beautiful, Savannah. When did you do that?
About a long time ago.
A long time ago?
I told them I'm a teacher.
I don't remember that.
Oh, I took it home.
You did it at school? That looks gorgeous.
It's like the sunset.
I want to hang that one up.
I wanted to like do it this way. This is like the dark side and the sun. So it's like like
What did you do that with? Is that crayon?
Yes.
It is? Doesn't look like crayon. That's really pretty though. We're gonna get that framed to hang it up. I like it.
You can call it in or something.
Yeah, I did, and they're like, no, you're not. But you know what? I agree with you.
All come numb. Yeah, I mean, I am. I don't even notice it there. I just let them play through. If you really don't want it, donate the AdSense to the hospital too. Why not? Yeah. Oh yeah. Good call on that, man. For this one today, I got no problems with that. I mean, I'm already gonna donate way more than whatever AdSense we get off of this one. I'm gonna donate way more than whatever AdSense we get for the next 2 years.
I'm gonna take my spot.
That's just, we do that every year. Or slide some my way. Okay. You want? I'll give you half. I'll give you half of my AdSense revenue. Triple Tail TV. I'll be paying you in nickels, and that might be plural.
Look at it. It looks roughneck. No,
Maybe.
It looks like you rolled in the mud, and then met a cow, and the cow rolled in the mud and threw some on you.
Does he need ivermectin?
Probably. Have you seen her, Leo?
I should probably go get some ivermectin. Half of 3.15. Heck yeah. Exactly.
I know a spot. I'm gonna put it on my door.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Okay. Absolutely. I like it, man. I think it needs to get hung up. I think it is a beautiful picture you got.
This is the back of the door, like that's like in the room already. This is the front where I'm gonna put this up.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it like this so you can always see it.
Totally cool with that. And we're gonna need a few more of those paintings. Just FYI, we gotta.
Mr. Green. Yeah, I have my art box. I do like things with Mr. Green.
Okay.
Like that. He's a nice
Yeah, we're gonna be doing lots of art this summer.
Yay.
I need you to hammer out T-shirts for me.
I am going to go to the restroom.
Thank you for that update.
I tell you what, guys. Oh, in case you guys didn't know that Savvy's going to the restroom. She wanted everybody to know.
You're welcome.
And you're welcome. So guys, on that note, I am hungry. I need to get prepared for tomorrow, and I do have to make a run to Tractor Supply. So I want to thank you guys very much for joining us today. Special thanks to Grant McIntosh, Old Beer Buzzard, and Triple Tail TV for your donations towards Driscoll Children's Hospital. I don't know that or I don't want to mention that gentleman's name who had us do it, but who will be very happy to see that, you know, our community is very supportive of the Children's Hospital. Very much appreciate you guys. Had a blast, and I look forward to the next one. Guys, keep doing what you're doing, because I'm looking forward to all the stuff y'all have. You guys are going to be putting out in the next few days here, too.
That was like, I was just like, Wednesday's the last day of school.
Wednesday is the last day of school. So, yeah, expect after Wednesday. That's right. And, okay, so Savannah is not going to be here next week. She will be in Austin. So you can expect that next week's live stream ain't going to have no pants. Be prepared. No pants. This is a no pants live stream. 100% no pants. Nobody gets to wear pants. Yay, now I get to sit here for 9 more hours doing nothing. Oh, sorry, Will. I'm sorry. But I am envious of your job. Miss me some wellhead. Guys, y'all have a wonderful evening. Thank you again for checking us out. We will catch you guys in the next video. Y'all have a wonderful day.
Subscribe to our channel and hit the bell. So you never
Ring the bell.
miss an opportunity with us.
There you go.
Did you guys hear that?
Oh, shoot.
So Savannah is yelling at the restroom. Like and subscribe and slap that notification bell so that you never miss an opportunity. Just
Slap it 10 times.
slap it 10 times. Ring it 10 times so that you never miss an opportunity to hang out with us. Good night, guys. Y'all have a wonderful evening.